But I talk real loud anyway, so it's easy for
Yeah, we know.
Let the church say amen.
Amen.
Let the church say amen.
Amen.
Amen. You know,
Amen.
my name is Braxton Davis, and I decided to change the lives of people through the power of credit. And, you know, it changed my life around. And I wanted to share that with other people. And so I decided to start this program. Now, it's the importance of credit. You know, and my thing is building a community of wealth that is kept within the community, for the community. You know, we always taking our money and taking it someplace else. The whole fabric of this is also building your communities. Yes, I live in Roseville, but guess where I'm at in Detroit? And a lot of the programs I'm putting together are all in Detroit. Because Detroiters need this. I need it. You know, and I wasn't ashamed that I wanted to be someplace better. Tell me one person in here does not want to be someplace better. Anybody. That is a dream of everyone, is to be someplace better than you are now. And that was my dream. So, I mean, credit is based upon a lot of things, but first, I guess a lot of people would ask me, Braxton, why you? Why are you up here? Okay? And I guess to get that, I'm going to take off my jacket to get. Okay, why me? Well, it starts, again, I'm born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. Went to Detroit Southeastern High School. Went off to college at Northern Michigan University. Got my degrees from Northern Michigan in business administration. And a lot of people don't know that I had my license in financial planning. I was a financial planner for John Hancock, selling life insurance, health, annuities, bonds. So it helped that I had a background in finance to help me where I am now, because I understood it a lot better. I also have a diverse background. I owned a company for 25 years. I sold computers called Computer Power Store on the east side of Detroit. And we did very well until somebody decided to break into the store and they wanted it more than I did, and broke in and stole everything, and I closed the business down. I'm also a former school teacher. I taught for Detroit Public Schools. I taught to Last Chance Academy and Detroit Cares. Computers, my background is computers. The job that I do now, I've been working, the job I do computers for a large company. Okay, but it never got off the ground the way I thought my life should get off. And I've had many, many, many ups and downs in my life. I mean, the whole thing about credit, most people think that once you have something in your credit background, that it will always affect you and you never can change your outcome. Most of us have had bankruptcies, student loans that we didn't quite pay for, more houses that we lost. I lost a house. One of the hardest things I ever had to do was to walk away from my house. I thought that was one of the lowest points of my life. I've lost a car. I had to, actually, the first time I lost it was sitting out in front, and I was just going to go someplace, and sure enough, repo man jumped in my car and took off. And all I could do was stand there like, oh no, not now. I got to go do something. So I got up the money, which I didn't have, so you always got to go out and borrow the money, right? Because most of us don't have, you know, are not cousins of Donald Trump or Bill Gates, right? We got to go hustle up the money. I got the car back, but again, by the time I paid the guys again, guess what they came in? They came and got the car what? Second time. That time I didn't have the money to take it, so they eventually just took the car. Okay? Those kind of things in your life you think you never rebound from. You think once that stuff is on my credit is over. But that's what this seminar is about. This seminar is to tell you that no matter what you have in your past, and I don't care what it is, you can have credit power and do things that you never thought you could do. One thing, I need to get me a mouse. is and how can I get it? Well, basically, I talk about there are two worlds, right? They're the takers and the takers. And we are all on one of those planets. Only question you have to ask, which planet you on? That's the only question you have to ask, is you are on one planet or the other. For example, if I can get a $2,000 loan interest-free, right? Where am I getting the money from? The banks are not taking it out of their pockets, right? Where are they getting it from? Anybody? Other people. The other people with what? Bad credit. Right? If you got people with good credit, okay, that are getting zero interest or low interest loans, the bank is not giving them that money. Somebody else has the ante up for that money. Who is that? Okay, people on the other planet. Get in their pockets, take it. Because the banks don't give them that money. They get that money from someplace else, your pockets. And when I mean your and that individual, you're talking about any one person in this room. I'm just saying on it. And when I talk about that, when I say you and your, I'm just going just as an example. So it's taken out of your pockets to get interest-free loans to other people. And again, I was in the dark on all of that stuff. So today we're going to talk about that. And also we're going to talk about, there are people in this room that are already in my program. Okay? That have already started to move in this situation. And we're going to talk to some of those people. We're also going to talk about solutions. How do we cure this problem? How do we fight this problem? Because I really do think that this is a God-given gift to you. Okay? And I truly believe that. This is more than I could ever imagine where I am now. And I would have never thought that I would be where I am in less than a year.
Your car got repoed last year?
No, when I got my car repossessed, it was 1996, I think. They got it repossessed. Everybody? So yeah, it's about 1996 when it got repossessed. No, it was a little bit after that, 'cause I had my store. My second store was started in 1998, so it had to be a little after, probably about the 2000 when I lost the car. Now, also I talked about who I am, why am I qualified. Again, I'm 20 years entrepreneur in the retail business. I'm a single father. I raised my daughter by myself, Sequoia, which is my daughter. Most of you know her. And also, a lot of you don't know that I also was a talk show host for WCHB with Judge Mathis, John R., a national syndicated talk show about computers. And that was my background. But also about my life story, about redemption and comeback. You know, that's a big part of this story, because we all have some kind of story we're trying to get to. Okay? And no matter how bad you think your story is, or how bad you think your situation is, I am here to tell you, and most of the people in this room know I came from where I came from, which was homelessness. I was homeless and I could live in the back of my store. I tell a story about, and most people don't believe this, in my store we had no running water, and I didn't have any curtains on the window, so I had to cut up my carpet and put it on the window so that I could stop the air from coming in the window. I didn't have any running water, so the water off the top of the toilet, I would have to get the water out the toilet. Not the water when it go down in the toilet, but the water at the top. I would get water out of there, put it in a bowl, heat it up, and wash up every day. And that's the way I live. And that's why I say it's important, you know, that you can change things around. I mean, I could have stood and stayed in that situation, but, you know, for the grace of God, right? And no matter how far you fall, you can come back. So that story is, and I was homeless, I had student debt, I was born with dyslexia, didn't stop me. I'm also a cancer survivor. Most people don't know that. Okay? Most people don't know that I was burned on my face. 50% of my left side of my face was burned. And I had to have my skin peeled off my face. Most people don't even know that. And I had to go through reconstruction surgery on my face. Most people do not know that. Mounting hospital bills. That's what, 2.5 years ago, 2 years ago? Yeah, actually, 2 years up to the day. My toe had got infected because I'm diabetic and high blood pressure. And I'm fighting that every day. You know? And in the hospital, I was looking at my toe, and I actually, how people seen the toe on Facebook? Because I actually put my toe on Facebook. Because I want everybody to be a witness to this, right? Now, was I thinking in the future that I'm going to have to use this toe as an example? I don't know. Maybe it was God's way of saying, you need this toe on Facebook so people can believe that toe was about. Because when you see that toe, you're like, oh, Lord. That toe was
put it on your business card.
Yeah, put it on your business card. Right. Right. It was a bad toe.
Bad toe credit.
Right, bad toe credit. And so, you know, I remember sitting in the bed thinking, like, wow. But I never thought, why me? I just thought, always I have a positive personality. I always thought, hey, you know, something's coming from me. Something is around the corner. I don't know when it is, where it is, how it is, but it's coming. You know, and your breakthrough is around the corner. The problem is most of the people never make it to the breakthrough. They stop right before they get it. I truly believe in a thing called a vision board. It's actually writing your dreams on a board, and it is God inspired that you look at this board and you say, these are the things that I want to happen. I wrote down 4 things. I wrote down my daughter and my mother were fighting at the time, and I wanted them to get back together. I also wanted a certain kind of job, I wanted a certain kind of pay, and I wanted to go to Vegas. I had never been to Vegas, didn't know nobody in Vegas. And before the end of the year, I was standing on stage in Vegas with the Rick James Band playing. Okay? My mother and my daughter got back together in June. I got the job of my dreams, but it wasn't paying me what I wanted. And then later on that year, I got the job of my dreams. I thought that would help. You know, you're making more money, you should be in a better situation, right? I was still in that same situation because I didn't realize how important it is to have credit, okay, versus cash. Our society, we think, at least the black society, unfortunately, everything you hear is throw the money in the air and make it rain, and everything they're talking about is cash, 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 right? Bill Gates ain't never seen a $100 bill. Don't even know what one looks like. And the reason that is because why? Yes, most people, the power of credit card is so important. Because we talk about those two words. And we talk about paying your bills and living life without worry. I make a statement nowadays that crack people up. It's a Jay-Z saying. I got 99 problems. Money ain't one. Now a lot of people can say that. I can truly say that. Not because how much money I make. It's how much credit I have. My daughter, last week, her car, Daddy, you know, daughters and daddies. Oh, Daddy, I need help. My car broke down. I need some money. Have you been saving any money? No. Make a long story short, I said, you know what, baby, just, call the guy, tell him to put on my credit card, we're good. That is so much pressure off of you. How many people just can say, okay, pay it. Don't worry about it. I got it. And the money I spend today is the exact same money I spend a year from now because of the type of credit cards I have. So if I spend that $200 today or $200 tomorrow, it's still going to cost me $200. But for most people, we look at that interest rate, 29%, 39%. How many times you see those commercials on television? They say, we'll give you $5,000 a day. You know the interest rate on some of those things is 40%. 40%. Because unfortunately, when you get in debt, you have to keep getting in debt. Also, thinking about the people who go to the DMV, go to get a ticket, right? You go to the ticket, you say, I need to pay this ticket. And they hit you with, that ticket would be $300. Most of the time we have to tell the judge what? I don't have it. And then you got to work out some kind of deal, right? Community service, or whatever you can work out. I got to make payments. Credit gives you that ability to be able to say, okay, you can still try to work the deal out to get the best deal you can, and okay, after that I'm good. And it's not being irresponsible, because again, if anything you use, and I hear people all the time, say, oh, Braxton, credit's evil. Credit is bad. I don't want no credit in my pocket. I want cash everywhere I go. And I go, okay. Can't quite get up. If you want to work around with cash, how many people really realize that it's dangerous to have cash in your pocket?
Oh, yes.
Raise your hand. You know that it is risking your life to have large amounts of cash in your pocket. Because usually, if they take that kind of money from you, what are they going to do to you? They're going to kill you. Why? Too much money. Because they know you hurting. Somebody take $1,000 from you, you're going to find them. I'm going to search you, I'm going to hunt you down if I can. If I see you at a red light somewhere, at a 7-Eleven, or we just going to have to get that. I can't lose that kind of money and just forget it. And you feel bad for a long time, right? When you lose money out your pocket, cash money, you feel bad a long time. Exactly. And even when it comes to talking about spiritual, it's hard to give our tithing. It's hard to help the church. It's hard to sit and watch the pew and have to pass the plate and not being able to contribute. We in the church, amen. That's the truth. You know what? Because I felt that feeling. I felt that feeling, sitting in church and not being able to give anything to the church. I felt that. Because that's why this is such, to me, it's so important that I start this. Because this is an important message that I'm trying to get across. Why it is so important to change, to have a good credit rating. Like, you have a bad credit score. It requires me to pay higher interest rate. Like, if you have a bad credit score, they base how much money they give you for the credit score, right? If you try to buy a car, okay, they base that car and the price of that car on how much credit you have. And your note reflects that amount, right? Y'all so quiet in here?
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm still way back when you got burnt all over your face.
Catch up. Buster. For example, my car outside, I have a 2014 Equinox, new car, bought it, went 5 miles on it. And we're going to do a little lecture on leasing and buying, because there are some good things, bad things. There's very good things with leasing. We're going to talk about that. I bought my car, no money down. No money down. I had to pay for my tax. Yeah, of course I had to pay taxes. But no money down. Guess how much my interest rate is? Anybody? Guess how much my interest rate is? Anybody?
0.8%. 3.8.
Zero. I I borrowed $10,000, I paid $10,000. Zero. How much money did I save? 3%, 5%, 10%. On $25,000. How much money did I save? Thousands. Nowadays, when you go for a job, guess what? You look at your credit record. People are like, why would they look at my credit if I'm trying to get a job to pay my creditors? That don't make sense, does it? Can anybody tell me why they look at your credit? Anybody? You ain't got to do that, that's fine. You ain't got to do that. Yeah. If credit is bad, they may steal from the company. Anybody else? Huh? It speaks to your character. Now, we may or may not speak to your character. We know that it may not have anything to do with your credit score. But credit companies think that if your credit score is a direct reflection on your character. So you have to pay more money for that. Most people think that if you have a bad credit score, it doesn't affect me at all. I live in my house, I drive my car, you get car insurance, right? There are 2 or 3 major factors in car insurance. Guess what they are? Anybody?
Credit, location, and type of car.
Yep. Yep.
Where you live.
There you live. Your credit score is one of the major factors that decide how much they're going to give you and how much it's going to cost. Everything you do is costing you money. You don't even know it. When you go look at the big 3 Equifax, TransUnion, and Period, at the bottom of the screen under your credit score, most people don't even realize what they say, but they got a little line that says your area is this point credit score. What? Because they're basing stuff on your zip code, on the people who live around you that got bad credit. You hear me? If a lot of people live in your neighborhood got bad credit, guess what? You got bad credit. Surprising, ain't it? You got bad credit. I can have all the credit I want, but the people around me got bad credit, guess what? My credit score also reflects where I live. Not a lot, but enough to matter. Because again, we talk about points. Point on the insurance rate, a point on a $300,000 mortgage, $100,000 mortgage, $50,000, a point, or 2 points, it's a lot of money over 30 years. It's a lot of money. All this stuff is wrapped around your credit. You are spending money you don't even have and then you don't even know you have. Then it also reflects in the fact that if you don't have a credit card, you got a debit card. You overshoot your debit card, what happens to you? Fees. How many fees? How much it costs to bounce a check nowadays?
$31 to $70.
$31 to $70 a piece. And if it does what we call the chain gang and not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 off because you've been squeezing that $5 in between the two, you know what I'm talking about. You got $600, $700 worth of fees because you don't have any options. Because you don't have any options.